with another live. I know usually I'm not on here until in the evenings and whatnot, but here is another Q&A about random questions, this time that will be answered. So feel free to hop on and welcome to the live. Yes, so please feel free to ask questions on here and you will get an answer. This Q&A is a random Q&A video live stream to where you ask the questions and you will get the answer. So please feel free to hop on and start asking. Don't mind me. And I would also like to point out that I don't have an attitude, because apparently there was a problem with that last night where I was not having an attitude on my live stream at all, and I do not know why someone would actually think that. And I was only talking loud because there's a fan that runs in the background, and if I wasn't talking loud, you people on here would not be able to hear me proper. Hello. So therefore I was not having an attitude, and I do not ever want to see that ever again. People showing I'm having an attitude when I'm not. You know, that's another thing that really irritates the hell out of me. Is anyone going to hop on? Okay. Really? Okay. So anyway, if you have been watching my channel for a while, or if you're new to the channel, just know I'm going to welcome you. And it's actually a blessing to have you on the channel. Yes, like I said, this is a live stream right now that's in real time. Also, just be sure to like the video and to share the video and hit that subscribe button and comment down below, and that way so you'll be notified every time there's a new video. Of course, you have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. I would prefer all of them. So now, if anyone has any questions, feel free to start asking. I will definitely be answering them right now. So please feel free. If anyone has any questions, welcome to the live. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to start asking now, because this is definitely another random Q&A. So please feel free to start asking the random questions and I will answer. See, the live stream last night was not actually about random questions. That was about something totally different. So if anyone has any questions or anything, please feel free to start asking down in the comments. Questions about anything, that doesn't really matter this time. So just please feel free to ask, and that's just what I wanted to talk about for a few minutes on here. So if you hear any background noise, don't pay attention to any of it. Please don't pay attention to any background noise. Thank you. Anyone has any questions? There's no one here. Yeah, I see that. Hi there. I thank you all so much for actually joining me on here on the live to hang out with me this morning on here. Thank you all so much. I know I usually do these lives usually in the evening, but I figured, you know what, since I had a little time right now, I could just hop on here really quick and just do a live to hang out with you guys, so we could just hang out with each other. But like I said, if anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to ask, because this is the random Q&A for random questions, unlike the one from last night, the one where people thought I was having an attitude when I was not having an attitude. So I don't know where that came from and what that was all about. If that person from last night is watching now, Just know I was not having an attitude last night. It's not my fault that people were not sticking to the topic of last night's video to ask questions about that topic. That was not my fault that no one was seeming to stick to that to ask any questions. Proper hello. But yet, it's like, apparently, last night people decided to, who assumed I was having the attitude, they decided to assume I was having an attitude and then decided to ask just stupid random questions about something that was not even about what the live stream video was even about. That's another thing. But I'm just saying last night, that's why that was such a problem, because I did not like the fact that people last night on the live thought I was having an attitude when I wasn't. But I was simply explaining the point of what the live stream video was about last night, and to stick with the questions on that topic of what I had explained. But apparently, people last night could not seem to figure that out. And then assuming I have an attitude? No, that's completely unacceptable if you ask me. I just don't understand why people thought I was having an attitude last night when I was not having an attitude. You know, that's really an issue. Just know that I did not appreciate that last night at all whatsoever. And I'm sorry if people last night thought I was having an attitude when I wasn't. But I'm pretty sure I did say at one point last night I would do another Q&A for my live stream for YouTube, a one where those random questions will be answered when asked. I'm pretty sure I stated that at one point and said that. But yet, hi, welcome to the live. So like I said, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask, and they will be answered. The point of this Q&A is to ask a question, and you will get an answer. Oh, I almost dropped the device. That would not be good. Oh. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask down below. So, well, let's see. Well, usually my live streams are about a few things. So, one, I've done live streams to where I've talked about some things that I have experienced and have been through before, like the alien encounter abduction. That happened to me when I was 12 years old. Yeah, that, from years ago. And I also talk about paranormal experiences that I have had. And I also know how to spot a scam from a mile away. How old am I? 37, to be exact. Going to be 38. But anyway, so, like I said, I also know how to spot a scam from a mile away. Because, believe it or not, I've had some quite interesting ones and experiences with all those. I apologize for the weather. It's actually thundering and lightning out at the moment. So if you hear that loud noise, just please ignore that. Well, so I've had all different types of these scams. People tried to scam me and none of it worked. One was where I got someone try to scam me through a Facebook friend request. When I hit deny, that was one. Two, I even before I've had this scam to where these people try to call, they actually called my phone and tried to claim that they were the IRS, and they weren't. tried saying that I owe them like $10,000, which I didn't owe them anything, so I don't know whether that ever came about. Now, the third one. Oh, and there's more. So I did a recent a Walmart order on Walmart's platform on their app. It's Walmart's platform app marketplace. So I had placed an order on there, and an item that I had ordered, the third-party seller never shipped the item. The third-party seller lied to Walmart, they lied to the shipping carrier company, and they lied to me. Do you believe them? Believe who? And what? Probably, yes, actually. You should believe me because what I'm saying is true. Those are things that actually have happened to me. I just hope that answers your question. Everything that you said, that you owe them. Yes, they said that I owed them like $10,000. Come to find out, I didn't owe anyone anything. And the IRS is not going to simply call you on the phone. If I did actually ever owe them money, they would have sent me a letter in the mail stating that I had owed them money, and they never sent me nothing. And no, I didn't actually believe them when they called and tried asking me for money. I knew it was a scam right then and there. So anyway, like I was saying, now this other scam that I was yapping about. So the Walmart third-party seller marketplace, Walmart's app, this third-party seller lied to me, they lied to Walmart, they lied to the shipping carrier company, and they forgot that I had a video doorbell camera, so therefore I would have seen if they actually had made a delivery or pulled in my driveway. I would have known. I mean, needless to say, I did get a refund actually by being very persistent. I actually had to call back Walmart a few times just to get that refund. And I apologize. I literally misread your question at first. So that's why I actually reread it. But I apologize for it. I am so sorry. But now, another thing that also is good at scamming people is that WhatsApp. That's another thing. I would highly advise to stay away from that. But like I said, see how these things, how I've learned something from all this and know how to spot these scams from a mile away. Oh yeah, there's other scams out there too. Whoa. Really? Wow. I hope you got your money back after all that. My advice, I would maybe call the L word, or the L-er. Something that rhymes with doyer. Take that letter out. I just said put the L in front of it. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you need to get a L word, if you need to get an LS, or A/L/ER, if you know what I'm talking about. Thank God you got it back. my little problem, Walmart, I got scammed for like $40. Good thing you got it back, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, they tried scamming me for like $40. I literally had to tell them I was going to make that call and get an LS involved. And I got my refund quite quickly. Here, I'll say a word that rhymes with it. Yeah, because the third-party seller took my money, did not want to give it back. Walmart had to step in when I told them I was going to get an LS. And next thing you know, boom, I got my refund quite quickly once they heard that. I'll tell you one thing, it worked, and I knew it would. But I was actually going to, just to get my money back, because it was mine, and I thought that was unfair that this third-party seller tried to keep my money and not give it back. They turned around and told Walmart that they delivered the item when they never did. But they forgot that I had all camera footage and no one ever pulled in or showed up to do that delivery. So lesson learned. From now on, I need to make sure that an item says sold and shipped by Walmart. Well, this third-party seller should have known better not to scam me like that. I know, it's horrible how these third-party sellers will try to keep people's money for no reason, literally. And that money was rightfully mine anyway. Therefore, I deserve to have it back. Oh, I got it back after, like I said, I had to be persistent. If you know what I'm talking about. With an LS against them. Alright, I have to hop off here, and I will see you on the next live stream. Bye.